Emma had always dreamed of a flawless wedding. Every detail had been meticulously planned: handwritten invitations, custom floral arrangements, a cake with delicate sugar roses. It was meant to be a day straight out of a fairy tale. As she stood at the altar, bathed in the warm glow of chandeliers, she felt a mixture of excitement and nervous anticipation. This was it, the moment she had waited for her whole life. Ryan stood opposite her, looking as handsome as ever in his tailored suit, his deep brown eyes filled with love and amusement. The officiant smiled warmly, holding the ceremony book open as he spoke the words that would bind them together. "Do you, Emma, take this man to be your lawfully wedded husband, to have and to hold, in sickness and in health, for as long as you both shall live?" Emma's heart pounded in her chest. She took a steadying breath, looked Ryan in the eyes, and with a beaming smile, she confidently said, "I do, David." The room fell into a stunned silence. It was as if time itself had stopped. Emma's smile froze on her lips as she realized what she had just said. She felt the weight of dozens of eyes on her, the collective inhale of an entire room processing the disaster that had just unfolded. Ryan's face went blank, his jaw tightening. The best man, David, the very person she had mistakenly named, went rigid, his expression caught between shock and sheer panic. A few muffled gasps echoed from the guests, followed by an unmistakable awkward cough. Emma's mother let out a strangled whisper of, "Oh dear God." Emma's eyes widened in horror as her mind scrambled to fix the colossal mistake. "No! No! 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 I meant Ryan! I swear I meant Ryan!" she blurted, shaking her head so hard her veil nearly slipped off. Her hands reached out toward Ryan as if to physically grab the words and shove them back into her mouth. Ryan blinked. His lips parted slightly, but no words came out. The entire room seemed to hold its breath, waiting for his reaction. His best man, David, took a small step back, as if distancing himself from the situation. The officiant awkwardly shifted on his feet, unsure whether to continue or simply walk away. From somewhere in the crowd, a quiet chuckle broke the silence. Then a voice, unmistakably belonging to Ryan's grandmother, called out, "Well, this just got interesting." A ripple of nervous laughter spread through the guests, though some still looked on in horrified fascination. Emma wanted to disappear. She wanted the ground to open up and swallow her whole. This wasn't how today was supposed to go. Ryan finally let out a slow breath, his expression shifting from shock to something unreadable. Then, to Emma's immense relief, a small smirk tugged at the corner of his lips. He crossed his arms, tilting his head slightly. "Let's try that again," he said, his voice carrying just the right amount of teasing to lighten the tension. Emma let out a shaky laugh, nodding vigorously. The officiant cleared his throat, quickly resetting himself, while David, still looking slightly mortified, gave a tight-lipped smile. The rest of the ceremony went on without another slip-up, but the damage had already been done. By the time they reached the reception, Emma had been subjected to a never-ending stream of teasing from family and friends. During the best man's speech, David raised his glass with a sly smile and said, "To Ryan and Emma, or as I like to call them, Mr. and Mrs. Oops." Laughter erupted around the room, and even Emma had to admit, it was a mistake that no one would ever forget.